Welcome to the latest Watercolors Aquarium Gallery video, brought to you from the Aquarium Rush Studios in bright and sunny downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. Today it's a surprise product video. Probably if you read the caption underneath, you can see what product you're talking about. But Charles and I have no idea.
No.
Splash apparently did approve the product, so at least Splash approves.
But she was a little disappointed that it doesn't smell like food.
Like bacon. Yeah, bacon is definitely what she wants the most.
So I'll be interested to see the comments on this one because this is actually one of our more controversial products.
Ooh, I like controversy.
At least when it comes to like the internet and its general opinions on things. So I guess let's get started. You guys want to pull them out? I think I put two in there for you.
All right.
Oh God.
Ah, nice.
Another one that we use every day.
Every day,
are
not an exaggeration.
Tetra 6-in-1 easy strips. Sometimes 10 or 12 times a day.
Yeah.
So this is the general test strip that we use for all of our routine testing.
Right.
The 6-in-1, I think we got to go down the list there, but if I remember correctly, it is nitrite, nitrite, total hardness, chlorine, KH, and pH.
I don't think it has chlorine. I think it's carbonate hardness.
It
general
does have
hardness.
chlorine.
It does have chlorine?
It does have chlorine.
I never knew that.
Well, you never really have to test for it, because come on, people, prime your water.
Right.
The bit of controversy that comes out about these online is people think that test strips aren't accurate enough for testing your tank.
Yeah.
So here's my genuine response to that. These are accurate. They are not precise. You don't need them to be precise, though.
for what we mostly use them for.
Yeah.
Which is nitrate, nitrite, and a general idea of pH.
Yeah.
Not a perfect idea of pH, a general idea. Is it on the high side, is it on the low side?
Yeah, there's a reason why I really said routine testing. A test strip is perfect for just checking in on a tank that's already working well, or to check to confirm that a tank is cycled.
Most often, at least for me with customers, because they'll bring in water samples. By the way, we do free water tests, and bringing your water samples, that takes all the guesswork out of diagnosing tanks sometimes. Let me just take care of this, because this has been going on.
Yeah, getting a second opinion is sometimes, even if you're already doing your own testing, what makes the difference? You can use the same test strips at home, but we're happy to give our own interpretation as well.
Well, what's really nice about these is that when you're testing someone's water, this is a very quick test, and it doesn't normally give me the answer what's wrong, but it gives me an idea of what to test next.
Yeah.
Because if off the bat I test 20 different things, that's a lot of time. But if I look at this and think, the nitrate doesn't quite make sense to me, maybe I should test ammonia and phosphate, that saves me a lot of time.
Nitrites and nitrates are the two that I'm going to care about the most on this test strip, right? Nitrite. If nitrite is present, something's wrong.
Blanket.
Doesn't matter what the number is. I mean, it does matter a little bit for what you're going to do next.
If it's off the charts, then something is really, 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 really wrong.
But nitrite present, something wrong. Nitrate present. That's a good sign. Nitrate not present, something wrong. Right? Nitrate high or low. That's all I care about once I know it's there. If nitrate is 16 or 22 or 5, don't care. If it's 22, yeah, probably about time to do a little water change, but you're doing good. If it's 5, everything is great, but present. If nitrate is high, I don't care if it's 60, 80, or 120. All of that is high. You need to feed less and do bigger water changes, period. I don't need the accuracy of
Precision.
Thank you. I don't need the precision of a titration test or a drip test that's going to tell me if it's 23 or 27. Don't care.
Yeah, and there are some circumstances where we do. When we detect nitrite, we do test for ammonia as well. If we don't detect either, we still test for ammonia, and that's when we need that really, really precise number, because the difference between 0 and 0.25 matters, and the difference between 0.25 and 0.5 still matters.
Tremendously, right. That's when it's toxic levels or just something a little bit wrong.
Yeah. So going down that list, we mentioned Ben didn't even know that it tested for chlorine.
Never checked.
Because it doesn't matter.
Right.
General hardness, consistency. KH, consistency. pH, consistency. There are definitely some things that those values can tell us about your water that might diagnose some issues. For example, doing a dip strip and realizing somebody's using a water softener when they could be bypassing it is really the main use for those things. Low pH sometimes can mean ammonia or something else funky going on, but really, this is the check-in tool.
Right.
Yeah. And
that's a good way to describe it.
I'm again, I know I already did this, but I'm advocating for people bringing in water samples here because the numbers and the ratios and how they interact with each other matter when we're trying to help you. If you just tell me that your water parameters test good, that tells me absolutely nothing. Like, fun fact of the type of like interactions you're dealing with here that we're trying to help you diagnose. When you're like, my cycle is stalled out in my aquarium, I can't figure it out, and I test that your nitrites are above 5 parts per million, that's why. Because nitrites are toxic to nitrite eating bacteria above 5 parts per million.
Right. That nitrate is the perfect one to mention there, because when you look at the instructions and the codes and the translation of what those codes mean, it gives a low nitrite reading as being safe. And although a low amount of nitrite in an aquarium is not toxic to fish, it's a really good symbol of, hey, something is wrong here, because nitrite should never even be detectable in a healthy aquarium.
Yeah, those safe ranges on the things, I would take those with a very small grain of salt.
Right.
The reason we choose this brand particularly, when there are definitely a few brands out there, is because I think it's the easiest to read. Mm-hmm. The color differences are more dramatic than other brands that I've seen. So I feel like I can get a better reading on whether it's 10 or 30, which does matter a little bit.
Yeah.
Are there more precise test kits out there? Are there other test kits you should be using to test other things? Absolutely. Even some of the other dip tests out there, I'm not really a huge fan of. But for just your basic, hey, how's things going? Great, perfect, excellent choice, Amy. I think you've chosen well.
Thank you. Well, be sure to like and subscribe if you like these videos. I'd love to hear what kind of test kits you guys are using at home. Maybe there's something else we need to try or test out in a video. Find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, and find us on TikTok.
Thank you so much for watching. Let's have lots of fun and keep those hands wet.